What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to check out the new 2025 Ford Maverick. This one is the Tremor trim level, so their off-road focused version. MSRP is $42,300. This one's finished in Azure Grey Metallic. So comment below, is this the ultimate micro-sized off-road truck? This is a pretty cool way to go, quite honestly, with enough capabilities for, honestly, most truck buyers. Obviously, you can go for the Ranger or the F-150 or get into a Super Duty, all having Tremor trim. So this is kind of the baby of the 4 different Ford trucks. So underneath the hood, you are going to find only the 2-liter turbocharged engine for the Tremor. This is their EcoBoost motor. It's going to pump out 250 horsepower with 270 pound-feet of torque. It is all-wheel drive, has an 8-speed automatic transmission, and with this configuration, you can only tow 2,000 pounds. So you're not going to be able to tow any more than that with this off-road package. With all that though, you're going to have a 16.5 gallon fuel tank, and you can expect 21 in the city with 27 out on the highway. For the headlights, I really do like this C shape for that daytime running light. We do have an incandescent bulb and then the nice LED beam itself. You have this textured plastic up above and somewhat of a gold trim all throughout this Tremor. You're going to get the white and black Ford logo, safety sensor, forward camera, and then you can see active grille shutters up above. We have parking sensors, and then I like the powder coating on the metal tow hooks, and then you can also see the intercooler down below. So overall, it's a pretty cool looking truck. For 25, I like how this design is updated, gives it a sleek look up in front. And then up on the hood, the Tremor's got a really cool graphic. Kind of looks like dirt and some gold trim, and then the hood itself has contours like the F-Series trucks. So overall, it's a really good looking mini Ford truck. I think it's a pretty neat looking vehicle. And then we have a nice set of Goodyear tires, all terrain of course. And then on the rims, you can see that color contrast, multi-spoke design, and these are 17-inch diameter. You got some trim in the front fender, Tremor badge as well, and then another decal all down below. You're gonna get body color door handles, black mirror caps with a camera on the side. For the side profile, again, this is not a full truck like a body on frame one. However, it is a unibody construction, so kind of similar to the Ford Escape basically. However, we have the bed space, so it has a cool look to it. You can definitely tell it has that unibody look versus body on frame. In back, we have that power sliding rear glass, and then this nice plastic texture throughout the bedside. You got your Tremor badge, and then a nice set of red taillights. Down below, we're going to get a plastic rear bumper. Now overall, this truck is about 1 inch taller than the standard one, so you have much better approach angle, departure angle, and ground clearance as well. Ground clearance is around 9 inches. You're going to get parking sensors, all the trailer hitch connections right in the center, and then a nice plastic step. Got the Tremor badge, Maverick, and then a black and white Ford badge with your rear view backup camera. Got a lockable bed. Now this is not a soft open, so just gently open it up. And then we have a nice spray and bed liner all throughout this. So definitely a good looking bed, and it is big enough to fit 2 dirt bikes. So it's actually a useful bed. On the right side, you're gonna get this QR code as well, where you can actually scan that and see all sorts of different accessories you can add. We have quite a few hooks, the slider rails on the right side, hooks up in front, and then a plug with an LED on the left side. Tailgate doesn't weigh all too much. We can easily close it up. Fuel cap is on this side, and then to take a look at the interior now. So like most of the Mavericks that I've seen at least, you're gonna get this cool blue plastic for the interior. We have padding on the armrest. Blue goes all the way down below. You have this gray color on the insert, light gray, and then we have this gold trim for the grab handle. So a very unique design right there. You can see more of the blue all throughout it. Now on the seats, this is really cool. You can see these like speckles in it. Almost looks like they got some dirt on them, but honestly it looks cool. It's a really neat little touch. That color kind of matches the gold stitching throughout it. Got the nice black leather seats, and then in the center here, we have an armrest and cup holders. You're gonna get these plugs, more plugs right there, and then you can see some storage behind these driver and passenger seats. So this leather type material feels nice. It's a nice synthetic material, of course. And then there's a strap up here we can lift up, and locking that into place, you do have a nice cubby down here. So lots of extra space. And there's these little grooves where you can put dividers in them. Once again, we have that QR code where you can scan that. But pretty neat to see the kind of space you're gonna get. Unlocking that, closing it all down. Hopping inside now at 5'11". It is a little on the small side, so a little bit tight getting in. But once you're inside with the driver's seat at my height, 5'11", overall I do sit in here pretty good and I have good headroom. Got that sliding rear glass. Seat backs are a little straight up. However, the bases cradle your legs pretty good. However, legroom's a little tight and room is a little tight as well. A car seat probably is going to be a little tight in here. However, you know, maybe younger kids, not too bad. Full-grown adult, not too bad for an hour or so. So for being a smaller truck, obviously much smaller than a Ranger, you know, it's good enough for what it is, basically. If you're going to be using this a lot for people, you might want to step it up, get something a bit bigger. But, you know, maybe a family of 2, this is a pretty decent sized truck. And then moving on to the driver's seat now. Once again, the door panel has all the blue accents throughout it, padded armrests, the color contrast as well. You're gonna get a power seat up here, and then all the same smooth design for the leather seats. You have that contrast stitching, the speckled inserts, and then Tremor is gonna be stitched up in the backrest. You have more of the contrast color for the stitching, and then hopping inside, pretty roomy up in here now, and then pressing the button, we can fire it up. So on the steering wheel, we're gonna have cruise control over on the left side. We have your distance pacing, your steering intervention, volume control, and then more audio control for your phone. We have drive modes and then controls to adjust the screen itself. Climate control is gonna be all integrated into the touchscreen, which I like that it's always here, so it's not too bad. Taking a look at the gauge cluster now, I can exit out of that one, and then hitting the menu icon, you can scroll through and see all sorts of different information that's gonna pop up. So pretty nice overall. And then if you go into the status information, you can also even see a little bit of off-road information. You're also gonna get the engine temperature, the fuel, you have paddle shifters for that 8-speed, windshield wipers on the right, and then turn signals on the left. We have our dome light for the bed, interior lighting, headlights as well, more of the color contrast, and then all this blue color throughout the dash. Got a storage cubby up above, cool texture throughout the right side. And then for the multimedia screen, I think I like how Ford's done it. It's pretty easy, pretty user-friendly. I think the tablet style actually fits this interior really nicely. But in the home, you have your navigation, a couple more things pop up on the right, and then you can easily go into your settings. So you can see a few different things, toggle through, and then you can swipe on this right side, seeing more information. If we go back to the home icon, you can go under features. You're now gonna get a few different icons up above. And then under apps, we have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and what I like on this right side, some of the screens, you can swipe them into the center. So you just do that, and now we got the map in the full screen. Now we do have a shortcut for the camera system, which is a cool touch, especially for off-roading, and then you can toggle all sorts of different views. So really nice to see this, especially when you're gonna take this off the trail. And then with all that, if you adjust your drive modes, we have some of your street modes, of course, your normal, eco, and then the rain. And then we go into a tow mode, and then you can continue into the sport as well as off-road. And then if you look at the camera, you're gonna get the cool tire marks on it as well. So pretty neat to have those type of drive modes along with a one-pedal drive. So it just makes this really capable actually for being more of a crossover type of truck. Now you also have the rear locking diff, the four-wheel drive lock, you have the auto start stop. You also see the park and brake, and then our gear select. You can just toggle this left and right for the rotary dial. So pretty simple overall. You have more of the climate events with your color contrast, volume, a couple of shortcuts throughout it. There is wireless charging, extra plugs, power sliding rear glass, and then overall a lot of storage throughout the center. We have more contrast on the armrest, and then a nice glove box in the center. Storage over on the right side, large bucket as expected. And then one last look at the interior for 2025. You know, nothing crazy, but just a minor facelift. And then the Tremor definitely has a well-appointed interior. Nice lighter headliner, sunglass holder, dome lights, and then a nice thin basic mirror. All right, so setting off now in the Tremor. In sport mode, the turbo is definitely really responsive. Now, it's not a fast vehicle in general, but honestly, it's pretty darn peppy, especially when you are in the sport mode. So nice to see that. If we tone it back down into the normal mode, of course, it drives pretty much like you would expect. But nice to see it's a bit more aggressive when you're actually in this mode. So normal driving, getting my bearings with it, it's pretty comfortable, honestly. I'm fitting here really nicely. I have a ton of headroom. These seats have really good padding for them, so it's really in a nice place to be overall. Armrests are good. You know, it's not really all too noisy of a car. You can hear the 4-cylinder engine, so it's definitely not like super quiet or ultra refined like maybe one of the 6-cylinders are, or a V8 that you would see in the F-150. But for being kind of that crossover type of pickup truck, you know, crossover style SUV, you know, all blended into what the Maverick has to offer, it's not too bad. You know, it gives you enough refinement to feel like you're in a nice vehicle, but it's just not crazy like, you know, an expensive vehicle is. So overall, not a bad place to be. The things you touch are also nice. Well, you know, you do have a lot of hard plastics. I think that given they have a cool texture, a cool color, it kind of offsets the material to where it feels cool in here. It feels fun. You know, it's not trying to be too serious of a vehicle. It's just trying to be something fun without going too crazy on price. Normal mode, getting up to speed, not too bad. I do feel like the 8-speed kind of almost feels like there's too many gears. It almost feels like a CVT under some acceleration. So transmission, I'm not maybe the biggest fan of. It's got plenty of power, it's smooth enough, but it does kind of have that CVT feeling where it just shifts and shifts and shifts and the RPMs don't really change. But other than that, you know, ride quality is pretty good. The suspension is absorbing the bumps pretty well. Being the Tremor, you know, this is lifted about an inch over the standard truck. This is going to be more designed for hitting the off-pavement terrain. So the suspension is going to be a little bit more forgiving on the road, hitting the bumps. And it seems like, you know, a good daily driver. We're already getting 24 mpg, and this truck's obviously only been sitting in parking lots most of its life. But steering's also pretty nice and easy to use. It's just an easy car. And, you know, if you're used to a small crossover, this drives like a small crossover. However, you're going to get that bed space for some utility. Visibility is basically like what you would expect on any pickup truck. So pretty easy to see around. You have large glass. Side mirrors are a little bit on the small side, but being it's not that big of a vehicle, it makes it to where it's an easy truck to drive. It's easy to place, and it's not intimidating. Not everybody wants some big old pickup truck. This is kind of that city truck to where it'll feel just like a normal crossover, but it gives you that exterior bed space. So the Maverick's been, I think, a really successful truck. It's very popular. We get a lot of great comments on it. A lot of you really enjoy owning these, and it kind of seems like that truck that can do it all for the average person. It can do some light trail and off-road use. You know, if you want to go off-roading in this, this will probably do a pretty good job with especially the locking differential, the all-wheel drive system, and the real drive modes. So I think Ford's giving you quite a lot in this package, which is a nice touch to see. But ending with the overall driving, definitely kind of a nice normal crossover with that extra utility aspect with the bed, and it's got a nice rugged design too.